All right, so I forgot to mention, I'm linking a lot of my videos down below. You'll notice I always put like books or something relative or germane, but I forgot about my Amazon affiliate program, which I've had for years. I'm like, oh yeah. So, and I know you're all young kids, and my phone, yeah. Is there an app? Do you got an app? And what pisses me off nowadays is everything's an app. What happened to programs? Got an app? It's an app. No, it's a program. I'm all right if you call what's on the phone an app, but it's on a computer. It's a program. Oh, look at me being old. Anyway, so if you guys want to support the old Capmeister, but not cost you any more money, like a super chat costs you money, which I appreciate and all that, and some of it goes to Google. But if you just want to help out, I linked to my Amazon affiliate link down below. Just put that, go there, do your shopping all on the Amazons, which, a couple thousand of you do that regularly. I know, it's not on the phone. Oh, I got to fire up the computer. How 2010. But you would be helping Cappy out, and it doesn't cost you anything more. Jeff Bezos, or more recently, Jeff and his ex-girlfriend, they will pay me a commission on whatever you buy that. Now, speaking of 2010, so I'm not kidding. This is like really good news for me because past year has been a lot of work. And I foolishly got an Xbox One a year ago, 2 years ago. And after I did all my work in my house, I'm like, okay, now I can, and I'm the type, I will get all my work done. And when all the work is done, then I will have fun because I can do it guilt-free. I don't have to worry about whatever has to be done next. And people don't believe in my philosophy, and that's why they all have to work until they're 75. And they're like, hey, Cappy, how you doing? We can't all be like you. I'm like, there's a cliff over there you can jump off of in Minecraft. So I've just given up. I'm not going to convince people, but there's merit to it because like, okay, now I can sit and chill. And so there was like a month period where most of the stuff was done with the house in the Northern Command, and I got a couple games for the Xbox One, and it was a nightmare, just an absolute nightmare because I was already burnt out. I was already pissed off. I already had very little left in my fuse left. And I'm old. I know I'm a boomer. I'm of the stupid idea and the belief, the outdated belief that when I buy the video game, I put it into the computer device and it works and I play the game. And that is not the case on any modern day platform except for Switch, which if you want to play video games, you all have to go to Switch. You all have to go to Nintendo. Because I'm not joking. I'm not joking when I say it. I literally spent like 3 times the amount of time downloading updates, not just for the Xbox One, but for the video games itself. Like, I don't know how many gigabytes, multiple gigabytes, and it would be like a 16-hour update. And I plug in, go to sleep, and if you didn't like move the joystick, it would stop downloading and you have to start up in the morning again. And it was not a pleasant. This is like going to the restaurant and you having to cook your own food and deliver it and everything. That's literally what Xbox and PlayStation have become now. So this is not a relaxing or enjoyable thing. I also made the discovery that most games, I like first-person shooters, most of those do not have campaigns anymore. Everything is online. You play online. You got to go do the thing online. You do the Fortnite online, Call of Duty 47 online. And so I had to go buy some kind of older legacy games to just have a campaign with it. And so modern day platforms are now completely useless to me. And unless you're playing, online, you just want to have a good campaign game. You just want to play a game and have fun and relax a little bit. You're not in the market. I even talked to a video game guy, Peter Kuzland. You can find him on Twitter. He's in the industry. I said, so are they just giving up on people who just want to chill out and play a video game? He's like, absolutely. They're focusing on the nerds who are willing to sit there for 8 hours to download updates, buy all the downloadable content. Everything's online. Get your username, password, set up a profile, live your life out there. And so I was just like, dang it. So come to the Southern Command where I got my Xbox 360. I'm like, all right, this should throw me back a bit. And I should be able to find games that have, sit down, wait for it, games on them. All right. And not only that, I should be able, if my memory serves me correctly, you could go buy the game, and all you young kids, all you virgins out there, listen to this. You go to the used game store, you buy the game, you put it in, and you play the game. And that worked. So I went, not a tear, but I bought, I'd say, a dozen Xbox 360 games. And what's great, this is how interesting it is. We'll get to the review. Hang on, I'm giving you background. This is called background. I know you all, if you're impatient and you have the attention span of a tadpole, I have a clips channel, so you could go subscribe to that called Cappy's Clips. But GameStop stopped selling Xbox 360 games. Like, it's not new enough. I'm like, really? So there's a couple other off-brand or non-franchise video game stores in the Vegas area. So I bought about a dozen, and they're like $5. If it's 15, that's expensive. And I'm like, I'll load up on this. But here's the thing. I would, what was the one I got? Oh, what did I get? It wasn't Fallout Vegas. No, not that one. I got a game that it would not play because I didn't have access to the internet. I didn't hook up my Xbox 360 to the internet. It just would not play. It's like, if you're not hooked up to the internet, you can't play the online. I'm like, I don't want to play online. I want to play the campaign. It said campaign on the box. But you could not get past that screen. And so I knew buying, $5 here, $4 there, like I was going to either return these or throw them in the garbage because you don't even get $1 a game. So I guess I would go to Goodwill and get the tax deduction if that's still a thing anymore. But only like 1 in 3, 1 in 2.5 are playable worth anything. 2/3 are pretty much not playable. You throw them away or like, oh, this sucked. The Battlefield 3 and 4, those are horrible. That once you get used to the fact your reticle is never going to shoot where you aim it. Like, hey, let's make it really real. So every time there's recoil, the bullets never go where they're supposed to. Let's make it real, because that's why people play video games, because they want it to be real. They won't go outside and do it. They want it to be real and annoying. And then the writing, oh my God. Whoever wrote Battlefield 4. Oh, I hope I find you in a dark alley. Oh, that was horrible. It was just horrible. Hannah and Irish. That if you look up that Hannah and if you want to cause yourself pain, read the script or watch all the cutscenes in Battlefield 4 with Hannah and Irish. Oh, that's bad. So a game here. Okay, I play through it. I win the game. All right, something to do. Crackdown. Looking at it. $9. It's pretty pricey. It's pretty pricey for Cappy's taste. And I see that it has the same design artwork as Grand Theft Auto. And you read on the thing is like partly produced by the people of Grand Theft Auto. I'm like, oh, okay, I see the same thing. And I recognize the Havoc engine because, interestingly enough, there's a great video game. Play the Robotech video game, the third generation Robotech War. That video game is fun. If you ever want to fly a Cyclone, pilot a Cyclone, you can do it. And it worked wonderfully. I'm like, okay, that's a good engine. I remember that. And so I plug it in, and here's the plot. Okay, it's in the near future. The city. Oh, by the way, this is 2010, 2009 or so, whenever it came out. So we didn't hate cops then. Cops are the good guys, and we admitted the criminals were bad. but the criminals are ridiculously bad and evil and comical. And you're a genetically modified super cop. And you are now allowed to shoot to kill. You're just to go in there and clean up the town. And they have Los Muertos. Those are the Hispanic gang. And then there's the Volk. That's the Russian gang. And then there's an Asian gang. This is when we could have fun with each other's races and have a good old time. Okay. This is it. Oh, and the character, well, you could choose different characters, but I chose the black character because he looked to be the coolest. And for once, I would say, yeah, that's legitimately an original black character. And when you select, everyone else looks lame. They just looked stupid. Like they had makeup on and mohawks. Just give me the normal looking black dude. We'll go play him. But you're going to Chinatown. There's the Asian gang. They're all technologically advanced. It's like here's your chocolate sundae, man, with extra sprinkles. Thank you. We love it this way. And you're just supposed to on each area of the map, each island, you're basically on an archipelago of islands. Each island is controlled by a different gang. And so what you done, I don't know how it triggers it, but you're supposed to work your way up to the boss. And when you kill the boss, then that island is liberated and the people are safe again. And then you go to the next island to go bump off those guys and take down the crime syndicate there. So you'll notice right off the bat playing, like it's a really tall city, a lot of buildings, very tall. And there's all these like little baubles and lights and things up top. And what you find out is that when you collect these green orbs, you could jump higher, jump farther, run faster. So while you're out there, you get points for everything: driving, explosions. I don't mean points, but you build up to increase your power, level up in different aspects of the game. But you're mowing down the bad guys, you're helping out the cops. And I think as you kill enough bad guys, the guy comes over on the intercom. Hello, agent. And he's like this classic sound. This is another thing I just love about it. He's so stereotypically like Mission Impossible, the original TV show, or the 50s. He's got that cadence voice. Hello, agent. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Good job, agent. You know, just squeaky clean, by the book, Elliot Ness. Good job, agent. Now, if you do this, there's an update to your dossier. Good job, agent. You found another bauble. He's always complimenting you. But then, oh, man, if you shoot a civilian, I understand that times can be tough. You're like, oh, dang, here he comes. He's yelling at me now. And while civilians it was pretty well written, while civilians may be an inconvenience, that will not be tolerated at the agency. Stuff blowing up all over the place, man. I gotta kill these people. So he's there, agent, and you're like, oh, this is so 1980s. So I'm doing a good thing for the agency. And when you collect these orbs, you jump higher and higher, and then it becomes more of a three-dimensional. And I don't know if you could fly just yet, but I've only collected like 75 out of 500 orbs, and I'm jumping pretty tall. And so you're running around on rooftops, you're shooting people, and then like this strategy. It's open environment, so you could kill someone far away with the sniper rifle if you like. You can run into them, mow them down, that kind of thing. Oh, by the way, when my reticle is on an enemy and I pull the trigger, it hits. Unlike Battlefield 3, oh, it went off 45 degrees. That's what happened in the real world. So yeah, you just liberate that island. You get to steal cars. There's, the Grand Theft Auto thing going on. You're jumping around. You just find the green orbs. And then you see some people and you mow them down, you steal their weapons, and you go to the depot and you put it in the depot, and then you can use that gun anytime you go to a depot. So you collect all the different weapons and the toys. And then now I'm on the Russians. I'm attacking the Russians now. And then I think I'm going to wait for the Asian gangs, because the Russian, they're harder than Los Muertos, but the Volk, They're not. I'm just gonna stay away from the Asian island for now. But I think it took me 5 minutes to figure out, oh, okay, this is how the game works, and 10 to say this is easily the funnest game I've played since Red Dead Redemption. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2, where you gotta wipe your horse's ass and comb it and take a shower and do your taxes and whatever else because they let a woman in on the programming team. You know what we should do? We should have him wash dishes and we should have him bale hay. He should do chores and that way the horsey will be clean. All right, not Red Dead Redemption 2, which really doesn't exist. It's kind of the Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull. That was Red Dead Redemption 2. But Red Dead Redemption 1. Because Red Dead Redemption 1 is my favorite video game of all time. By far. But dang, if Crackdown isn't as fun and easy and simple, just run around, man, and steal cars and shoot people. It's like Grand Theft Auto, but you got kind of quasi superpowers. You could jump really high. There's a little bit more organization and structure. Grand Theft Autos, they always like led you through a story that you follow the mafia guy or the kid in the ghetto, and there was a plot. This is more organized. Again, I like that the Japanese nerdy stuff where you have power levels and there's ranking and there's a system. So you got to get these 5 guys to get to the 3 mid-level bosses to get to the kingpin, and you're working your way up. And then the guy comes over on the good job, agent. Some new information on the way. And, oh, there's the guy. I got that guy. I know where he is. I'm going to go get him. It is challenging. You can't just run and go. I guess you could. It's simple enough. But it's just a simple, fun game. That's all it is. It's a fun game. I don't have to use a username and a password. I didn't need to download no updates. It works. There's no bugs. It's intuitive. I figured it out rather quickly. I guess I got at least, I don't know how many gangs there are. I hope there's more than just 3 gangs. I hope there's like other stuff that happens. Like there's other islands I have yet to discover. But it's just simple. And for $10, I've already spent like 5, maybe 6 hours playing the darn thing. And for $10, entertainment was great. It's great. You don't need to select. You select the character, but you don't dress them. You don't have to do campaigns with other people. You just hit play, and then you play the game. Oh, another huge thing I really like, it saves no matter where you are. Like if you turn it off, it saves. That's it. I don't have to run to some stupid point. I don't have to clean my horse's ass after he takes a dump in the prairie. I don't have to do my taxes or bale hay. It just saves. And then I think you spawn at a save point or one of those depots that you went to. Simple. Now, the good news is, and I'm kind of hopeful, maybe you guys could tell me otherwise. There's like 2 more sequels to this. There was going to be a 4th one, but that somebody got bought out and they're not going to do it anymore. And what I love about the sequel, very hopeful, when they reviewed Crackdown 2, all the nerds who don't play video games, you know, like over at whatever it is where they write the news articles, gamer journalists, people who never played game, you know, your who's the short gal that no one liked? And Intel was stupid enough to give her $250,000. What was her name? It's been so long ago. And these people are such losers. They've never done anything. Those people, they said, there's nothing new. It's just more of the same. I'm like, really? Like chocolate sundae ice creams or sushi or Big Mac meals? Like, I like the stuff you made before. I'm coming back for more. And they give me more of that? That sounds great. They're not trying to please the elitist, you know, video game journalist frauds who don't play games, who aren't the market. Like they're actually making the video game for people who want to have a little fun. I'm like, okay, cool. Hopefully it is more of the same. And Crackdown 3, I think, is on the next generation of Xbox or whatever the next generation of console. So now I have something to look forward to. And I hope they don't mess it up. I hope they don't do a Red Dead Redemption 2 where it's like, hey, you know what, this perfect game that it wasn't broken, don't fix it. You know what it needs? It needs you to baby your horse. It needs you to balance your budget. It needs you to clip your toenails. I'm praying to God Crackdown 3 did not have Karen come in and ruin this all with chores or making it overly complicated. I just want more of this. It'd be like, look, let's go back and look at the Grand Theft Auto family. It's just the same thing, right? Except it's a larger map, maybe a different theme or motif. All right, that was Miami Vice. This is modern day. This is we're gonna pull from the trailer park and the ghetto and the rich elite. I think that was Grand Theft Auto 5. Was that correct? They just more guns, better graphics, but it's still the same game. And imagine that they all do great because they don't F with the formula. I'm praying they did the same thing with Crackdown 3 and Crackdown 2. They didn't mess with the formula. So, yes, but absolutely, that'll be a game I keep. My another game that you guys would all probably, this goes back to Xbox, is Armed and Dangerous. I'm hoping my CD hasn't decayed because that is so fun. That's a very close second to Red Dead Redemption, but this is almost as fun as that one. It's really good. And if you guys haven't played Armed and Dangerous for Xbox, go look up the cutscenes. You're both French. Crackdown 2. Hang on. Javier says Crackdown 2 better than Crack. Okay, good. All right. DB, 2 Canadian bucks. Are today's streams Cappy reliving his childhood? No, I just finally have time to do what I want. I've had a bunch of people come in over at Asshole Consulting, and it was all a lot of deep, not simple questions with not simple answers. I'm like, this can be 100, 125 bucks because it's going to take a while. Also, some of them are not stupid, but it's okay. You know the answer, but you want me to go through this. Fine, I'll jump through the hoop, but jumping through hoops costs money. I am a hooer, which means I do it for money. So those people haven't gotten back to me yet. Usually, if you quote someone a Benjamin plus, obviously they don't have the money. But sometimes, I don't know, is it worth your life to get it together finally if you do what I tell you to do? So I've actually had some free time. This is how I've looked. I'm not joking about this. Go look back last time I did an original. That's how busy I've been. This is the first time I've been able to come up for air this time. I'm happier than punch. I went golfing today. I hit the gym yesterday. I'm playing video games. I'm super pumped, man. I'm super happy. The girlfriend's got her family in town. They're all going out to the Hoover Dam. Bye. Where else can you go to Kingman and Laughlin and bye. You'll be back in 12 hours. Well, have fun. What am I going to do? Cappy going to go golf. I sat at the cafe. I had a coffee. Just sat and chilled out. Didn't have anywhere to be. And all like, I got to do this. I got to do tests. Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, and I wanted to do this. Just want to do some reviews of some video games. Japanese anime. Vince H, $5. If you like Crackdown, you should play Prototype. Oh, dude, writing that down. Okay, Prototype. Anything like before 2012? Anything before the Trump? No, was 2012 Trump? No, Trump was 2016. Anything during the Obama administration, I'm in. Because I just these new games are not games. They're not fun. The new games are really hobbies, is what they are, and they're involved, especially with setting them up. It's just not. It's not for fun anymore. It's for hobbyists, people who are willing to go and be a computer scientist on the side to learn how to install and play a game. Prototype. 2009. Okay, good. I'll get that one. But I don't know about you guys. I want to play, and that's why I got my Nintendo Switch, and I will be playing. I'll be a Nintendo guy from here on out because the Japanese, no, they want to have fun. Then I could maybe play them games, the volleyball girly girl games, right? The ones that are banned here in the United States because girls are in bikinis, and it sends a bad message. Even though that fat chick died of morbid obesity, who was a fat activist, remember that? Happened 48 hours ago. That was pretty funny. Kyle, $2. 1-versus-1 me, bro. 1-versus-1 me. Just send me an email. 1-versus. I don't know what 1-versus-1 means. I am old, guys. I don't know the stuff. All right, that's it. So I do. This boomer has a Switch. Yep. As per the advice of Beckloff. Beckloff, boy, you want to talk about me being right and this not your eyes, oh, you're just getting old. You know, Beckloff is like, no, I don't play video games anymore. And that's Beckloff, Chris Beckloff. That's how his whole thing started. It was him like playing video games. And he loves his Nintendo Switch. He's a Nintendo man, but he's like, no, I don't play video games anymore. It's so sad. Like, okay, maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try that. But yeah, if when Beckloff is giving up on the video game industry, it's not video games anymore. All right, see you guys later. Toodles.